Hi, my name is Kristina Nunez and I own Kristina's Kloset. I'm from Fresno, California originally. I went to Fresno State and I graduated with a degree in psychology. And so during those years in Fresno, I actually worked in retail for about almost 10 years. So I started out just working in customer service, and then I worked my way up to be a buyer for their apparel and accessories. So that's sort of how I got my first taste of being in retail. I mean, psychology is something that can be helpful in any industry because in retail especially, you have to understand how people shop and why they buy the things they buy. And again, it's human behavior because you're dealing with people every day. So I think, it is something good to have no matter what field you're going to go into. What's unique about Kristina's Kloset, I think, is this is really a place where you can find one-of-a-kind, unique items. I've always been into wearing things that maybe not everybody else is wearing or a little ahead of the curve, so I love finding pieces that just kind of stand out and you're walking down the street and someone turns their head and says, "Where did you get that?" I keep that in mind when I'm buying, so I really want somebody to be able to come in here and find something unique. And so I think it attracts those girls, and I call them kind of laughingly now the Kristina girls. And so what is that? Well, Kristina girl is like someone that's confident, like not afraid to be themselves, marches to their own drummer, and so they like to dress and reflect that as well, and they're just, kind of that girl that goes out into the world and gets what they want. So at Kristina's Kloset, I'm currently selling women's clothing. We describe it as women's contemporary. There's really no kind of age that I attach to my clothes, and that's one of the things that I would think makes us stand out, is that I try to buy with a lot of people in mind just because of our location, and we get all types of people in the store, that we've had everyone from 16 to 70 buy something. So we carry brands from LA that can be for just anybody and that are unique. And then we also carry jewelry and accessories, and a lot of our jewelry is locally made, so I really like to keep those designers supported by carrying their accessories in our store rather than buying from overseas or brands that I'm not familiar with. So when I was working on my eBay store, it was called Kristina's Kloset. So I knew that eventually I'd really like to have my own brick and mortar store called Kristina's Kloset. So it just kind of stemmed from there. I've always really loved finding unique things and vintage things, so I kind of kept that in mind with my own personal style and just sort of ran with that when I started to plan out Kristina's Kloset. So my motto is if I wouldn't wear it or if I wouldn't recommend someone else to wear it, it's just not going to be in my store. So it has to be something that feels authentic and true to me, and something that I would style somebody in that walks into my store. If someone walks in here and they need my help, if they're just I'm going to an event, I usually try to ask questions like, what do they feel comfortable wearing? Because not everybody, is going to feel comfortable in the same things. So I usually try to find what they wear on a normal basis, what they usually wear when they go out, things like that. So just sort of ask feeler questions just to get an idea, and then I'll make some recommendations and have them try things on. And sometimes I'll have them try things on that maybe they normally wouldn't, because something might look good on a hanger and they try it on and they don't like it, or vice versa. So I think it's best usually to try different things and see what works for each individual. So I have a couple pieces of advice that I would give someone coming into this industry. The first would be to start online and kind of start getting your ducks in a row, build a website, get a wholesale license, start to make yourself look like a bigger legitimate business than you are, because when you do try to go to the landlord to get a brick and mortar or bank to secure a loan or whatever you need to do to get your business in place, you'll look like very professional, a bigger business, and you'll already have gotten like your feet wet and a taste for what it's like to be operating and have that online business as well as having, you know, a store, because it's important to have both. And then my second piece of advice would be to just stay positive, because I think you could get discouraged along the way when starting your own business, but you know, it's my belief that if you put your intentions out there and you're, you know, really serious about this and it's something that is meant to be in your life, then everything's gonna fall into place. So you really just need to trust the process. I think PinLocals is great because, I mean, it's just more exposure, and I think that, you know, having videos and YouTube is kind of where a lot of the world is going to help market their business, and so it's something that can get us on the map and maybe like rank higher in a search, and so, I mean, what business owner doesn't want that? So I think that any publicity or marketing that has to do with like videos or social media is going to be something that's beneficial to me.
All right, great. Give me a high five.
Yay!
Cool.